we're going to have a real conversation right now, and it's something that we sort of alluded to here earlier, and we started talking about the EMA and what happened in the webinar just this week. I've had 9 people write me so far. 2 called me, and they're like, "You have to be kidding me." When you went through that EMA the other day and on the webinar, and I just went and started following that process, my whole life changed because everything was so complicated for me up until that point. And really, and in a 30-second, 1-minute run of information of getting the 5 EMA up there, right? And the stow, okay? That five EMA set to an open on a smooth and a close, and also another one set at the close on a smooth. Took that complication of this entire market and just giving a few rules that when it's coming out of the overbought or out of the oversold and you get a crossover, just following those few rules, right, turned into what? Turned into a system. And those 9 people took that system, applied the flow, and turned it into something for themselves. One person wrote me and said, I'm making money on gold. I'm making the money I'm putting, it's still in demo and I'm still practicing, but it's all about gold for me. This is what the person wrote to me. Max, this is one email, 5 or 6 that say the same. It's my day 1 that I've been trading. I was putting and calling gold and silver. Then I used the web session from Wednesday and entered what I call the Shark Tank 10 minutes before close. I pulled out the chart, drew my lines, and then one time I saw it was going high and it dropped or what have you. It goes on a little bit. But he's using the webinar information of that 5 EMA, and now he's back up $800 over the last 2 days using that method alone. But that doesn't mean it's the win-off for everybody. You have to find what works for you, and you have to follow that flow and keep it consistent. What works for you might not work for the next person to the right or left. And that's what some people have a hard time figuring out, because some people will ask, they're standing at your lawn and they're like, "Hey, what do you use on your lawn? It's so green. I can't seem to get my lawn so green." Well, it's because they do it. You do something different. Doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're doing something different than that person. Can you take advice from that individual? Yeah. But you have to be willing to do what that person does, their dedication, their work ethic, their process. If not, your lawn's going to catch fire.